Welcome back. In this lecture, we'll introduce some basic concepts in rule learning and item set mining. So here are the lesson objectives. So a couple of years back, a team of undergraduates had a paper published in one of the top conferences for machine learning and data science called KDD. And what they did is they used rule mining to sift through a data set of military activities of the Islamic State terrorist group and reach some really interesting conclusions, and it was obviously newsworthy by what you see on this slide. So why this was a big deal was the rules that were learned from the data, they were explainable, so people could understand the insights that were gained and why it was relevant. They also can identify unique patterns in the data, sift through large amounts of normally tabular data, and find these patterns. They don't rely necessarily on ground truth. They're more telling you interesting things about the data, so often they are considered as unsupervised methods. So here are some of the basic technical preliminaries. First, we assume a set of items. So this is categorical data. And this can be stored in a table or something like that. And we'll denote that as I, uppercase I for the set, and we'll say there are M items. A transaction T is simply a subset of the items. And a transaction database, you can think of as a large tabular database where each row is a transaction and each column is an individual item, and the column gets a 1 if that transaction is in that set and a 0 otherwise. Or we can use set notation like here, and we have a series of subsets of items, T1 through N. So an item set is just a subset of items. And we say a transaction T contains an item set simply if that item set is a subset of the transaction. And a K item set is just an item set of size K. So this is a very simple mathematical setup. All you really need to understand is some basic set theory in order to grasp it. So here's an example. This is a transaction database. We have several transactions, and each is what is called a market basket. The market basket analysis is sort of the canonical example for item set mining. And you could think of this as, hey, I've got a bunch of people doing grocery shopping at the store, and everyone checks out with a different basket. And what I want to find is, are there certain items that people tend to buy together more often because maybe I want to place those items close together in the grocery store? So we have a couple of supporting definitions. So first is this concept of support. So for a given item set, support is just the number of transactions in the database that item set is contained in. And we'll annotate that for set X simply by hashtag X or sup X. And so next is association rules and confidence. So for item set X and Y, the following is this association rule. You could think of it saying as if X, then Y. And X is called the antecedent and Y is called the consequent. And the confidence of a rule is defined as follows. It is the number of transactions in the database that contain the union of X and Y divided by the number of transactions that contain just X. And we know that the number of transactions that contain both X and Y is always going to be less because it has to have everything X is in there and maybe some other stuff that is included in Y. And finally, the support of the rule is simply the numerator of that. Now, in some implementations and some other people who talk about it, they may call the support to the rule the denominator. For this class, we will use the numerator. Also to note that the confidence value is also referred to as the empirical probability, because you could view that number as kind of the probability of if X then Y based on simply counting occurrences in the data set. So let's walk through a quick example. So here is the same transaction database of grocery store market baskets. And we want to consider the following rule. If someone buys peanut butter and jelly, then they buy bread. So the first thing is we need to calculate how often all three of them appear in the database. So all three together. So let's see, we have peanut butter here, peanut butter there, and we have peanut butter there. So peanut butter appears 3 times. And jelly, we have here, here, and here. And then finally bread, we've got here, 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 and here. Okay, so count the number of times all 3 of them occurred, where you see a blue, red, and green underline, and there are 2 of those. And remember, this is the count of X union Y divided by, and now this is the number of times just peanut butter and jelly appear together. So we have 1, 2, 3. So that equals just the count of X. And so we have a confidence of 0.66. And we have a support, since we're using the numerator in this course, and a support of 2. Very simple. Now the trick is that's just telling you how to calculate the support and confidence for a given rule. The idea that we're going to explore later is, just given the transaction database, can we find rules that have a certain level of support and confidence? So on that note, stay tuned for more content.